All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing His word in sincerity and truth across the four corners of the earth. All right, I just want to come back, with another quick lesson, about 2/3 of Israel, relying on Esau, basically wanting relief in his society. All right, instead of waiting on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right, to bring forth, our own society, our own kingdom, man. All right, Jake would rather, try to get rich in America, or, just do my day-to-day travels, speaking with, Israelites, rather be northern or the southern kingdom. They think that they're gonna maneuver their way through this, this maze, all right, that we know is America, man, and become, quote unquote successful. I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna get a trade, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. When in all actuality, no matter what level of society that you're on, you're still gonna be oppressed. All right. When you look at, these, let's just say rappers, for instance, they still oppressed, they still answer to the so-called white man. All right, they tell you they kings, all right, and they all these things in this society. Alright, but in all actuality, they still answering to the same people you answering to. So what's the difference? That they can buy a little bit more carnal things, okay? And Jake don't know what to do with money anyway. On this side, man. For example, you see ESPN 30 for 30 broke. Alright, look how many millions of dollars that these athletes or even entertainers as well, musicians and all that. They have all this money and then they lose it, man. All right, because that's not the riches that you should be trying to obtain. All right, it should be the spiritual riches that come with, believing in Yahweh Shem Yahushua and doing the work and pushing the word, man. All right, that's the riches, all right, that we want in abundance, man. Not, carnal things, man. Things that can be, taken away just as easily as you receive them, man. All right, we see it all the time. All right, so Jake is fighting, all right, just to make themselves, I guess you would say, feel good, man. But that's not a part of the Most High's plan for Israel here, in America, man. All right. This is Deuteronomy 28. And 29, it says, "And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee." All right, that's the Israelites, man. That's the curses that the Most High put on the Israelites, man. You will only be oppressed, man. All right, so that's why a lot of times, you got all these people out here, you Israelites trying to chase this money. Jake loves saying that I'm getting this money. All right, but then you get it and, you feel empty, man. Because that's, not an Israelite's purpose, man. All right, that's why these dudes be so depressed and suicidal and they be on drugs and shit. All right, speaking on, those that are in the entertainment industry. All right, that's why they go crazy. They end up bugging out because as an Israelite, money's not gonna make you, what am I trying to say? Ease your spirit, as it pertains to the oppression that is happening to you, man. All right, and those dudes get oppressed on a whole nother level, man. That's oppression where Esau make you do all those rituals, all those homosexual acts and shit. That's oppression still, man. So what have they really obtained, man? What have they really accomplished, man? All right, and even on what you would call the middle class level, you know what I mean? People might, let's say somebody making, say, $80,000 a year. That seems good. That seems like something somebody would want to strive for here in this society. But it's just, you still paying bills. You're not doing nothing with that money that's truly useful. You might have a higher level of comfort than, other Israelites. All right, but you're still not comfortable. This society is not for you because at every turn, all right, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you are being showed that this society just ain't for you, man. All right, police can kill you anytime, just like here in Cleveland. Well, I don't know if it was actually in Cleveland. I know it was in Ohio. It was a dude that was locked up and they beat him damn near to death. And the so-called white man said, damn, we should have killed him. Shoot that nigga. You know what I mean? That's, to happen to somebody who has money or doesn't have money, man. Or another current event. And, I guess you could say in the Ohio prison system, all right, they tased this woman, and she ended up having a miscarriage, man. So oppression, man, all right? And that can happen if you got $100 million in your pocket. Not in your pocket, but you know what I mean. You got $100 million, man. You can still get murked, man. This place is only a punishment for us, man. All right, because, when we had those riches, we didn't know what to do with it anyway, man. All right, when we was ruling, all we was doing was going the fuck off, man. So what Jake was doing, when we had those, what you would call, riches or the carnal things that we may like, man. Had a little money, had land and all that. We ain't do nothing but, piss the Most High off. Alright, I'm gonna grab it quick. It's Lamentations 4:1. It says, how is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthly pictures, the work of the hands of the potter? All right, this is Jeremiah talking about how we fell off, man. And why did that happen? Why did we go from being, he describes us as fine gold. All right, how do we go from that to being poor? Disobeying the Most High. So it's not like when Jake, has things, what I mean, it's all good. Because you got all these people striving for carnal shit, man. So us as a nation, when we had those things, we didn't do nothing but still go against the Most High. So what's the difference, man? That's why you shouldn't be, once again, looking for relief. You shouldn't search for relief, search for salvation, man. All right, because that's what's going to really ease your soul. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You understand all things. So like you know all things, all right, when you in the spirit of the Most High, man. All right, I'll grab something else real quick. It's Deuteronomy 32:15. It says, but Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxing fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook the Most High which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. Alright? So even back, when we had these things as a nation, man, alright, ain't do nothing but piss the Most High off and forsake the Most High, man. You know what I mean? Just like, man, I always bring this up, when Michael Vick had did what he did with the dogs, whatever. He had an interview and he said, his biggest problem is he felt like he didn't need, well, he didn't say Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he just said God, right? But he felt like he didn't need the Most High anymore. And that's why he felt like this is why that happened to me. Because it says right there, then he forsook the Most High which made him. That's what Jake does when they get money. They get comfortable. Alright, but in all actuality, we ain't supposed to be comfortable here, man. Just going back to Deuteronomy 28 and 29, said we only gonna be oppressed, man. So, what you gonna do, man? Alright, and that's why the Most High make it like that for people with money. You still empty. It's not like you get money and they may act that way and seem that way, but when they sitting by themselves, they spiritually, this place ain't for you, and you still on the bottom. No matter if you got $1 billion, you on the bottom still, because you got to answer to the wicked. Man. Who wants to do that? Who wants a boss? I mean, we have a boss. How about Shem Yahushua? But what I'm saying, of another nation, man, telling you what to do, and like in Lamentation, you a precious son of the Most High, and you getting ruled over by an Edomite because of your transgressions and your iniquity, man. So you people out there that's chasing money, or you think money is gonna change the situation, it's not, bro. It's it's not. You just gonna have money and feel the same way you feel now. Empty. If you're not in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know. Grab a couple more scriptures. I'm willing to close out, man. It's Acts, what's that? It's Acts 9 and 5. And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Yahushua whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And that's what all you niggas with your get rich schemes, and you just kicking against the pricks, man. Cause you going, just like Paul was going against the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua at the time. That's how you is. Going against the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And it's hard to kick against the pricks, man, because you might have that little high for a moment where, yeah, I got some money, but then, you know, the Most High gonna do something to snatch it from you and make you realize, you know, where the fuck you at. This is prison, man. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta be behind bars in America to be in prison. You step outside your house, you in prison. When you wake up and step out the bed, you're in prison. This is what captivity is. But of course, Jake don't feel like they being held captive. They feel like, you know, we gonna find a way to make it in America. So, you know, we gonna see, man. We'll see which one of you niggas make it in America. Jeremiah 5 and 3. O Lord, are not thine eyes upon the truth? Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. Thou hast consumed them, but they have refused to receive correction. They have made their faces harder than a rock. They have refused to return. And that's 2/3 of the nation of Israel. They refuse to return. Instead of coming and worshiping Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, they would rather, you know, kick against the pricks and, you know, try to, you know, live the American lifestyle, man. You know, the flashy American lifestyle, giving you money and cars and, you know, whorish women. All right, what else, man? You know, all that bullshit, a big house, you know, whatever, man. Whatever bullshit that your heart desires outside of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, you're refusing to return. You're kicking against the pricks, man. All right. It says, thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. Jake don't give a fuck. They're in captivity, man. It's crazy, man. Jake love it here, man. Can't say nothing bad about America to Jake. Cause you know, Jake fight. You got niggas fighting for the army, man. All right. Putting their life on the line for people who hate them. You know what I mean? You would think at some point, you know, us as a people, or two-thirds, we ain't even saying people, 2/3, all right, it would resonate, all right, within their mind. It gotta be a reason this shit is happening to me. It has to be a reason, you know, that higher than my carnal understanding that this is happening, you know. But, you know, of course not, you know what I mean? It says, but they have refused to receive correction. They don't want to hear it, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake don't want to hear nothing about the Lord, man. Alright, it says, therefore I said, surely these are poor, they are foolish, for they know not the way of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, nor the judgment of their power. Alright? Because they don't know what's coming, man. And we telling them, that's crazy, right? You out there telling them every day. And, you know, as a collective, alright? So the brothers in the truth, videos go up every day. Jake is getting warned every day. And you know, their head's still hard as a rock, you know. They don't want to hear it, man, but that's the lot that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has in them, man. You know what I mean? So I hope that video was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing his word and sincerity and truth across the four corners of the earth. Shalom.